What's up, Gary? I see you're on there. Oh, yeah, sure I am. Trying to get another device popped up here. As I find a cord. What's up, Illuminati? Excuse me. A frog in me throat. Where the hell's my cord? There you are. Oh, everything's got to be dead. Actually, I'm trying something here. Barbie. From the living room, it's Barbie Girl. What's up, Mr. Mouse? Hope you're having a good day. Same to you, Blue. Okay, I guess I got to get a minute to charge. Anyway. Now that we got peoples. Yeah, I'm doing a What? I don't know. Don't interrupt, please. She'll get it, guys. She'll get it. Oh, Lord. Clint Crosby, how you doing, bro? Like the green handled fixie. Yeah, me too. Chilling at home. Cool. It's a TCL. It's called the Accomplice. Discontinued. Definitely my style, though. The only other one I like, I like a lot of the TCL stuff, but as far as a full-size fixed blade is that tonneau they have. I definitely want that tonneau. One day, she will be in my hand. And I love these new clips they got. Just, yeah, and they hold it. For anybody that's wondering, yeah, there's no issue with it holding tightly onto anything. Okay. Sweet. Hey, Wyoming, how you doing? Okay, I think I've caught up. Wish top chat wasn't default. Yeah, I hear you. I know you always got to go in every time and switch it. Hell, I probably didn't even switch mine. How the hell are you switching on the live? Well, I'm switching phones here in a minute. Not what? Hi, Mick. Okay, hi, Mick. I hate backseat drivers. Trying to get another phone booted up here so I can read chat better before it disappears. Garrett White, what's going on? Everybody survived the storm, I see. Most of us. We didn't get shit. We got a couple inches. Snow, no wind, nothing. We were kind of stuck in this pocket. It was really weird. It was like a cove, going in on a lake in a cove. We were stuck in the cove, and everything kind of tightly around us except for the far south. Directly south of us was the same way. But on the three sides, north, south, east, and west, or north, east, and west, was getting all kinds of shit. Not us. We were stuck in this little pocket. 6 inches of snow and sleet. Wow. That's pretty wild for your area. Don't stick up for her, man. 2 inches? Wow. Well, yeah, you were north, though. That was more of a, supposed to be a southeastern storm. Then about 3 days before, it turned into a mid-east storm. And then a couple days or a day prior, it turned into kind of a really a northeastern thing. Got over a foot, and it's going to go all night. Oh, hell. Well, hunker down. We had snow. Well, yeah, I figured you guys wouldn't get too much down that way, Gary. Oh, it's nice and quiet, though. It's kind of nice on a Monday morning where you don't have all the traffic and, you know, general population noise that you would normally have during a Monday. Who did I miss? What's up, Dan? For those of you that, being I have a vertical up, for those of you who just kind of found me going through whatever YouTube, this is a kind of a, I don't know how to say it, kind of tactical channel, I guess, geopolitical. We really don't do anything like politics. Just what's pretty much going on around the world and what kind of equipment we use here at home to stay safe. Oh, Patty, what's going on? Nope, we didn't get shit. 2 inches, a little bit of ice, just a wee bit of ice on top, just to keep it from building a snowman, you know. Really sucks. No snowman. You can make an ice man, you know, just cut the chunks of ice, shape you want it. Because like I said, everything's kind of frozen now. We're supposed to get down to 8 degrees tonight. There is going to be problems. Due to the simple fact is a lot of people aren't prepared for 8-degree weather. Pipes are going to burst, tree limbs, and when you get cold that fast, the sap will freeze and explode a tree.
Gary asked you a question twice about K-Town.
I have no chat. I got this much and it disappears.
Well, second time, he asked how much K-Town knives are.
That one there, I think new was around 250, 300. If you go to Whatnot and buy their stuff, they're double for some reason. People just bid the shit out of them because they want them right now.
I'll bring you another phone so you can see.
Yes, please. I'm trying to get one booted up, but it's not working.
Well, one ain't charged.
Did you charge your? I'm not sure what you mean, Gary. Yeah, and ice is bad electrical, but we didn't get nothing on the electrical wires. Just a light coating on the snow. I mean, everything else is pretty good shape. But it's supposed to get so cold tonight that it's going to put a hurting on a lot of things. Gary, oh, radios. Oh yeah, they're ready to go. And what's nice about them, once you charge them up, they last for. I mean, you can store them for hell. A couple of them I had stored for a year. They were fully charged.
Mine's doing the same thing. You're getting the same thing I'm getting here. They're just short. But I'm watching them come up. You're not seeing them.
Yeah, well, let's see what I'm saying. I'm only, well, it'll work. Let me see that white stand, please.
Hey, guys. Glad to see y'all here.
Say hi, Barbie. You just moved my phone. I think between the two of them, I got it. Yeah. If I missed your question, please retype. Doing a vertical, it's as short as what you guys see. So I kind of, if I'm over here doing something or trying to get something to show somebody, I might miss your question.
But Barbie will catch it.
Just don't yell in here, because then I'm really getting confused. Because by the time I, you know what I'm saying,
well,
concentrate on what you're saying, I miss what 3 things what they said.
Right. I'll just come out and tell you.
Why don't you just sit down?
Because I'm gonna go get changed because I.
Oh, okay. You do that then. You're good, Ralph. Just hanging. Yeah, I'm hanging too. I don't want you guys to take over. Why I got to do it all the time? Oh, Lord. I got a few things to talk about today other than the storm. But yeah, we'll get to that down the road. Right now, we'll just say hi to everybody. Mr. Mouse, Wyoming, Gary, Nick. Oh, yeah, we got some intel. Yep. Yeah, the reason I got the map up in front of you, which I think I can zoom. Yes, I can zoom. There we go. Now, as you can see on the map here, there's a thing that says Iran. And there's planes coming up from the south and the north, and they're like creating a Y. There's a reason for that. Because they don't want to get bombed or missiled. Yeah, it's really hot right now. There's no TAMs. And if you ever heard the term no TAMs, that's a no-fly zone. I always wanted to create a heated snowblower. Yeah, YouTube's got a few of them on there that people have created. Mr. Mouse, I have two. Oh, okay, the birds. Cool. But yeah, everybody, all your commercial flights, other than what's flying around inside Iran, are diverting. I think the NOTAMs is about a month long. So unfortunately, I can't tell what's going on immediately because usually a NOTAM might be put up for a few days to where, okay, now we have a window of a few days. So I'm not sure. We're having an issue. I know our military's having an issue with the Abraham Lincoln. I think it's having some maintenance issues. But one of the reasons why we had to move it to the Gulf instead of the South China Sea or not the Gulf. Actually, we're on the other side. Was because one of our allies decided they're not going to let us use their air bases and stuff to stage our attacks because they didn't want to be involved. So I'm sure there'll be some, something down the road on that one. Snowplow heated, yep. No snuggling at the moment. Well, damn. What's wrong with that? Well, I always take a blanket, ball it all up, and snuggle. But yeah, that's our hot spot at the moment. Good old Iran. You know, it's funny for a lot of you older people like me. Iran used to be a vacation spot. Actually, the whole Middle East, a lot of it. Lebanon, Syria. Yeah, I mean, you go back in the 60s and early 70s, well, from 75 down, and look up pictures of these places. Bikini, there was no Muslim wear. No. Everybody that lived there looked just like us, just with a tan. Bikinis, drink in their hand. And then one day some old dude decided, no, y'all are nasty. You're either going to follow our ways or die. Pretty crazy, huh? Imagine what the cities over there would look like right now if they'd have just stayed, stayed that way. A free society, tourism. Crazy how quick things can change just because of an idea. Yeah, real nice. Until the Shah, not the Shah, but the Khomeini dudes took over. They say, yeah, that was good. Islam is a peaceful religion. Yeah, I ain't seen it. Of course, then again, none of them I've ever seen throughout history has been peaceful. You have the Great Crusades with the Catholics and all that, I mean, the Jews hunted down Jesus and had him killed. So, kind of weird, really. more people have died in religious based wars than any conflicts fought since or will ever be. Basically, actually, this is kind of a religious war, because they don't want to give up their way of life, and they think their way of life has, if anybody's not like them, they must attack them. So they attack first, sort of like a modern day crusade, but just on the reverse side this time. Instead of us coming down and taking Jerusalem and all that from the Arabs, they're trying to take it away from us now. The Holy Land. But yeah, religion. If there was no religion, imagine the wars. There would be like maybe some border disputes. Maybe. I don't know. It's crazy. All of religion. Imagine all the people. Yeah. Imagine the population of the earth right now if there was never any wars. Of course, the earth has its way of downsizing the population now and then. Don't we all? Yeah, it's a pretty famous song for a lot of reasons. And then some idiot in New York just decided to pop that dude off, or just because he wanted to be known who popped the dude off. Ain't that some strange shit? Imagine waking up one morning and just, I'm going to off this dude because, well, then I'll be famous. Mental illness is very true fact. All of that going on in the United States right now. Lots of mental illness on both sides. I don't do politics. I really can't stand either one of them. Either side. There shouldn't be sides. You can't throw two totally different sides in a country and expect it to work. That's basically like two bullies in the neighborhood constantly fighting every day. The only thing that's going to happen is the neighborhood's going to get trashed. That's it. Yeah, definitely. I really wish there was a way we could take it back. Literally take it back. Now, I know this probably won't fly with a lot of people, but if my ideal way of running a country would be one representative from each state, which would be the governor, and they would meet in Washington, say every 6 months, maybe every 3 months, depending on how things go. And one person running the country for 10 years. After 10 years, he moves on. But this 400 people in this house, 285 in that house, 17,000 state representatives in their own state. And, oh, Jesus Christ. You ain't going to get nothing done. Nothing. Henry G., what's going on, brother? Yeah, pretty much, Mr. Mouse. But then you have that 10 to 20% that totally wants something different for everybody else. Because there's always that one person out of 100 that thinks they are better than everybody else and know better than everybody else. And their way is the best way. And no matter what you tell them, no matter how you explain it, it's just going to be that way. So when you add up that to 350 million, you got like maybe 15, 20% of the country that feels the wrong way. What happened? My map disappeared. Interesting. All right, well, let's do this. There we go. Man, what a delay. about 15, 20-second delay. Let me move this back a little. There we go. What up, everybody? It's me. Why my map died. I know I lost power. I guess I got to set my timer. I was looking for military aircraft. There's none flying or none with their transponders on. Even the drone that's been watching the western border by Iran isn't there today. Hey, Steve Parks, what's going on? Yeah, we've had a drone up for about a week or two, just flying up and down the west coast of Iran. Problem we were going to attack, whatever, go in about a week or two ago. But Bibi decided to fly to Washington and tell President Trump we ain't ready yet. They're expecting, Iran has one of the greatest missile warehousing you've ever seen. They got a lot. I mean, they estimate they have more than Russia. And it's nothing big. They're like Tomahawk missiles and short range, intermediate ballistic missiles and stuff. Do they have a nuke? That's the question. I would say yes, because when the other guy was in office, they said they were 3 months away from getting their first nuclear warhead. Well, then about 8 months later, Trump gets in office and he's saying they got 3 months. Well, it's been a year, so. And I'm sure Russia's shipped them a couple because Russia's flying shit in left and right too. China's shipping shit in air defense. Of course, we know how to get around Russia and Chinese air defenses, as we've seen a couple weeks ago. Not an issue. So, yeah.
Money's in.
No, I figured that.
I just went to, I said, bring over 100 to see if it goes, and didn't.
Okay.
I'm gonna pay these guys and.
Apologies. Barb had something important to tell me.
Hey, everybody.
Yeah. Do what you got to do. So how's everybody today now that everybody's about in here? Yeah, 12 people. That's usually what I get. Right about 12, 15. Everybody doing all right? Nice patch, Rolf. Yeah, I got that at Blade Show. I think it's a Jack Wolf patch, maybe. I don't remember. You got lots of patches. When I first started getting into this knife tube, or not knife tube, but the knife community itself, I'd never really seen that many patches on. I mean, we had it in the. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's cool. I can read the chat just as good as I can on that phone anyway. You can take it. I like the tapestry roll. That's like a $3 thing I got off Temu. No, Amazon. I think it was like $5. It's kind of cheesy, really. It's pretty thin. That's why I use it as a wall hanger. It's the old, what's his name? Come on, Bob. Why do I draw blanks every time I go live? You need a pill for that. Ragnar Lothbrok, his ship's flag. Every time they saw the Raven coming, they knew it was old Ragnar. So to make it kind of personal, his is a black Raven, of course. I took the red Raven as the name of the channel. Rolf Robertson's Red Ravens War Room. So, but I'm not going to put all that on my thing. No, that's not happening. Just like the sticker says. Oh, I knew that was going to happen. Except it's backwards. But you get the picture. And I have plenty of those. I'll tell you what, guys, especially for y'all that are starting the channel. Yeah, it takes 3 weeks. You just take a picture of whatever your channel is going to be. If you want to start a channel logo. And Temu. I got 250 stickers that size. They're almost 3 inch. I think they're like 2.8 inches for $12. I mean, 250 for 12. I waited 3 weeks for the ones I paid $100 for, and only got 200, I think. That was like $80 plus tax and blah blah blah. But you get the drift. And you know, a lot of people say, "Well, I don't buy off Temu. They do this and they do that." No, they don't. Temu is the same thing as Amazon. You create a product, you put it on the platform. Temu doesn't make a product. They're just a website. That's all they are. You can find American stuff on there. You just, gotta look. There's a lot of shit on there, though. The thing is with Temu, though, and why they can sell so cheap is, one, they make 90% of the product there. Now they've actually even shipped it over here into warehouses so you don't have to wait so long. And then it doesn't come with a name, like this next issue we're going to get into. The night vision I bought for $20 off Temu. I was like, come on, there is no way in hell I can get functional night vision, functional, for $20. Well, guess what? You can. I am impressed. I've got out to 200 and some yards with it. No problem. You could tell what somebody was holding up in their hand. It's got 10 power zoom. It takes video. It takes pictures. Very lightweight. I mean, it probably don't weigh a pound. And your little SD card. It's in that slot right there by my finger. And you charge it up right there. You know what? I do want to weigh this. Give me a second. I'm sorry, guys, if I didn't catch your chat. Like I said, these verticals are a pain in the ass, and I probably won't do it again for that reason. Let me weigh this here real quick. Yeah, I know, low battery. Whoever invented them button batteries can kiss my ass. Okay, zeroed. 10 ounces. 16 ounces do a pound, so hey. The only drawback I have with this is, unlike the military's one, where they go right to your head or fit on a helmet and go right up against your face, these are more like the Star Wars ones where you got to kind of hold them away from your face a little. But hey, for home use, property use, hunting at night, for those that can hunt at night, $20. Simple use, turn it on. You have 2 modes. You got regular camera mode that acts just like a camera, and then you hit the button again, and it's night vision. I mean, how simple can that be? Jason Beecher, what's going on, brother? I hope you ain't too bad up that way, or you might even still be getting some weather. I didn't look at the map this morning because, hell, we're sunshine, and we're not warm by any means, but plus we're getting down to 8 degrees tonight. Jesse, how you doing, friend? Yeah, $20. And it comes with a strap that goes around your neck. These 2 things, there and there. If you want to wear it around your neck like binoculars. But yeah, 10 ounces? Wow. I got fixed blades away more than that. Not me, Mr. Mouse takes away from my nice money. What do you say? Let me go back a little and catch some chat here real quick. Temu sells bulk Chinese-made junk, if you ask me. Well, okay. I do buy bulk stuff sometimes. And everything I've ever bought off Temu's worked. I mean, fabulously. It's like them night vision. They adjust, just like binoculars do. This one here is your in and out. So adjust your eyes. If you have one eye, it's different than the other type thing.
I just want to let you know that I paid everybody. I gave Nikki $20 for her birthday. Came to 446.
Okay, I figured.
But I haven't paid Mark yet. So it's going to come to 566. I know.
Okay, whatever.
He hasn't answered me, so.
Our dogs outfits all came from
Okay, yeah.
Timu. Yeah. Yeah, I go to Walmart to buy harnesses for my dogs. They only like 25, $30. I can get the same harness without the name on it. Like $8 to $10 to $12. I mean, they even got tactical ones now that you can put Molly stuff on, and it's got the Velcro for patches. $15. And like I said, everything I've got. Well, here's one, for instance. Let me get this harness. This one? No, let's see. Oh, shit, I put it away. Never mind. But it was one of them service dog ones, except it wasn't service dog. It was the other one where you need like mental animal, whatever the hell they call that. But yeah, it was thick, padded, and actually it was a little too thick, is why I don't put it on dogs. It's a little too hot. That's what I'm trying to say. Emotional support, thank you. Yeah, $12. This thing was phenomenal. It had Velcro on it where you could put some patches if you wanted to. But yeah, I mean, and then the same one in Amazon, because a lot like these right here. Same one in Amazon. Same identical one. This has no name. Amazon's does. Same one. $60. I saved myself $40. Now I can buy a $40 knife. And like it's, and if you do spend the $20 or $10 on something and it turns out to be a piece of shit, you're out a couple bucks. You're not out the $60, $80. Ralph, if you buy with CC, they can track. Oh well, yeah. They can, even the military ones. Gary. Night vision's pretty much become obsolete because with all the new scopes and everything we got now, as soon as somebody flicks one on, they know your position. This is just for the house. I would not recommend this for combat or anything tactical. This is for home security, property security. Like I stated in the beginning, that's what it's for. You own some land, got people sneaking on your land at night, or maybe camping out, or trying to, maybe they're homeless. I see that a lot on YouTube. People running homeless people off their land. At night you can tell who and what they are. If you message him and they send you your money back if it's broke. And yeah, well, their customer service with me is phenomenal. A lot of times I'll get something that maybe was damaged in transit or just isn't the right product. Sometimes maybe 1 out of 50 times I order, I'll get something and maybe not be the right color or totally not same product at all. And I'll just say, hey, take a picture, boom, instant credit, or it takes 3 days to get back on your card. No questions asked. No hassles. Just here's your shit. A lot of people don't like Temu in the knife community because they sell whatever you guys call them things, replicas, whatever, of Benchmade and blah, 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 and everything else. They don't sell it. If you complain to them, they'll take it off their platform. I guess they could be a little more vigilant on what goes on their platform. But like anybody else trying to make money, they're going to let it go to a few people bitch. Put yourself in their shoes. Too cold to poop outside. Yeah, I pooped outside in this kind of weather. Actually worse. Yes, please. Thumbs up. Let me go back up here. Yeah, you can get stuff. I'll tell you what. Speaking of bulk things from Temu, where do you think these little guys come from? Because I found them. They don't say QSP on them. You can get, that's another thing too. Say you got an animal that you like It's a mascot of your channel. You can have your shit put on this, just like this, and you get 100 of them for like $10. Not here. You'll pay $10 a piece for them here. Are you in the militia? I confirm nor deny. Actually, I can answer that. No. But yeah. Hey, what's up, Omega? How you doing, brother? Went and checked out a bunch of shorts last night. Put a bunch of hearts on them. That way, hopefully, our subscribes will stick. Me and Barbie both last night. So for the 10% of the people who complain, it makes it easy for them to refund your money. Yeah, probably. And the ones that don't complain because they only paid a couple bucks for it anyway. I can't think of anything recently that I've received from. Now, the problem I do have, and I'm trying to figure out a way to word this without sounding like a total freaking idiot. The problem I do have is I don't want to give China none of my money. And as you all know, China, we got a big story there too, by the way. China takes 50% of anything made in China. So half of everything you send over there is going to the People's whatever army. The PCA, whatever the hell it is. Because that's another thing too about China. They got the government and they got the army, which we're going to get into here in a moment because there's a bad thing going on right now. Actually, good thing for us, bad thing for China. Yeah, they butt heads a lot. And I don't know who's in charge, to be honest. We're about to find out, though. If you ask me, the cheap items that you are complete junk, makes their money. Yeah, probably. I wouldn't doubt it none. I don't know their graphics on everything, but PLA, thank you. Yeah, People's Liberation Army. Every time I think of PLA, I get PLO, and then I start doing the Irish thing. And too many acronyms for my old brain to remember. Okay, while we're on that subject, let's get into that. Yesterday, the head general of their nuclear program walked over to the United States consulate and gave them everything. Everything. Their whole nuclear doctrine. Gave it to us. Old Ping, he ain't happy. Yeah, they want him out. He's too soft, I guess, for them. The PLA. I think there's going to be a civil war. Or a coup. Which I'm sure Taiwan is going to be real happy. Now, just a little history for those of you that don't know. Taiwan, after World War II, was it World War II? Maybe so. Right before they became communists, anyway. As they were fighting the Communist Party, the king, queens, whatever the hell they had then, that ruled China, emperor, fled to Taiwan and created Taiwan. Taiwan is the actual government of China, or what's left of it. China's the communist that took over. So that's one of the reasons why China itself wants to put the bosh on Taiwan, because they want to silence them, basically. The wealth, the money, the whole politics. Because it still goes in bloodline with that shit over there. So that's one of the reasons why they want to get rid of them. But yes, China, we might not have to worry about. Now, see, that puts another thing. You know, I used to tease a lot of the knife guys with the Chinese knives. Saying, well, we might not be getting any Chinese knives here pretty close, And they, don't worry about it, It'll never happen. Because the tariffs were coming on and they were threatening to stop all shipping and all that shit, No shipping from China, no knifeys for Americans. So now they might be doing that on their own because they go to war with themselves. Yeah, shit's going to change dramatically. Did I say that right? Dramatically. Let's try that. Okay. I love USA. Yes, I know you do. I've watched a bunch of your shorts. I do too. I just wish I could afford them. For those who can, keep pounding. One day, maybe I'll be able to afford them for a purpose of showing knives and keeping content on my channel, or her channel, actually. We do buy the Chinese knives. China will collapse if they didn't. Yeah, well, that's another thing too. If they ever shut their market off to us, they'll go financially broke. Actually, the general population of China is still hurting pretty bad. They're not doing well. The actual general population. Yeah, I totally agree with you, man. 100%. Yeah, they lose us. They lose a lot of shit. But yeah, China might be getting in ready for a little thing of their own. And let's switch gears a little bit to Russia. As 3 days ago, I think it was, right before the storm, we took our 7th. No, excuse me. We have our 6th ship. NATO decided to jump in, and they took one. So now we have 7 of Russian tankers. 3 are sitting in the Mediterranean. Not the Med. Yes, the Med. And they're called ghost ships, but they're actually owned by Russia, unflagged, so they can pick up oil and try to get it back to Russia. Well, 3 of their captains grabbed their crews and jumped ship. They're just sitting out there floating around. Anybody can have them if you want them. Imagine what an oil tanker would make for a house. Be a nice house. You could do like that Waterworld shit, man. What a hell of a place to have, though, if, say, a nuclear war ever happened. All-out nuclear war. Because you go down in Antarctica, just camp out in your shit. Because they say everything north of the equator will be gone. The best place to be would be the south tip of South America, just to make sure. But imagine if you had your own oil tanker. You could actually build your own little city. You could have a shopping mall, all kinds of stuff. You've seen them aircraft carriers. They literally have shopping centers and everything else in them. USDA just sort of report China-owned farmland. Yeah, and that's something I hope they really push on. I don't believe a foreign country should build on any of our land. Any. Hell, we can't even own it, to be honest. You really don't own the land you're on. They can take it. State, county, local municipality can take it at any time. Yeah, they'll give you a couple of ducats for it, but it won't be what you want for it. Oh, saw something about the NATO. France, yeah, well, under NATO, yeah. Old Macron got him a ship. I was just trying to make it brief. But if you want me to go into more detail, we can do that. Oh, that almost got ugly. Leoniette. You're French? But welcome. Grab a chair. Come on in. Sit with the nutty people. Leon. Okay. Saying hi to everybody. Cool. And for everybody just come in that doesn't know my channel, does not know me, I am Rolf Robertson. I do basically sit around with people like you guys. We bullshit about things, get shit off our chest, and basically geopolitics and anything war related, tactical related, knife related, night vision related, flashlight related, and so on. To me, tactical is a broad word. Self-defense can be tactical. So, me being ex-military, I figured I would at least, now I know a lot has just changed in 50 years since I was there. But it's still the general field of play, and I do catch up on updates on what we have, what things have changed, what doctrines changed, and try to update it as I go. So, in whatever rabbit hole we exactly, squirrels, rabbits, we don't care. We're just trying to kill some time today. I'm not here to make money. This channel will never be monetized, even if YouTube beats down my door. I will not accept any cash, anything for this channel. This is a general information channel only, and to help people understand what may be coming around them. Anything reported on this channel can and will be backed up if you think it's not true. Because I ain't going to say anything unless I know for a fact it's true. I don't do rumors. I don't do, well, we think. I don't do that either. So everything I say, you can pretty much get off here, go look it up, and you can find it yourself, except for the pizza index, but we'll get into that another time. There's ways to find intel on everything. You just have to know where to look. Pizza shops are one of them. As crazy as that sounds. And whatever rabbit hole, yep. And Barbie's Here Girls, my other half. We do a show on Sunday, 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern, and that's all knives, EDC knives, and flashlights and shit like that. No politics, no war, no nothing, just that. First time for me here, but not the last for sure. Oh, thank you, sir. Yeah, like I said, we just, try to keep everybody informed. I asked people from around the country here what they're seeing on their Army bases in the air, if they're seeing any movement on rail lines, any big convoy of airplanes going over their houses. Maybe send me some videos, send me some snapshots. The Johnsons send me shit all the time from their area of aircraft, which was funny. The last one they sent me was kind of scary. They had a couple of, I think it was like 3 or 4 Chinooks flying in row, and all of a sudden here's bop, 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 bop. I was like, wait a minute, somebody on the ground shooting at our shit here in the United States? And I was like, hey, he said, no, there was a guy target practicing down the road. I'm like, oh my God, man. Because, with all the foreigners we have here now, hey, what easy pickings. There is no aircraft that will fly over anything right now with live ammunition. It's either set up for blanks or not there at all. So there's no way to defend themselves. You could get 4 or 5 whoever from whatever country sitting in the mountaintop somewhere in a area where a lot of military fly, and they could just pick them off. I mean, they could even use some, shoulder launched missiles. It's kind of scary if you think about it. It amazes me. There has been 0 coverage. Shanghai Pact. It blows my mind. The media. Yeah, I don't even watch any of them. I don't even watch Fox. I don't. I do not. I have 2 or 3 guys as far as the news goes. I don't even watch local weather on the TV. I go right to the Weather Channel on my app, get the weather map up. I don't listen to him or her. We think, you think. That's all you know. You think. I'll look at the weather map. I've been alive long enough to interpret it. There we go. Shanghai was specifically designed to stabilize NATO and have a trickle-down effect to destabilize the EU and the U.S. Kind of like now?
What did Randy mean by not with Trump in office?
I don't know. All things
Whatever you
being.
were saying, he said not with Trump in office. Well, we're Trumpsters, so bite it.
Well, I don't like any politics, to be honest. Either side. There's no reason for two fucking different stories in the same country. It either is or it isn't.
Well, Trump goes way back with me, so.
Well, that's fine.
I'm a Trumpster. They don't like it. Bite it. Y'all already know I am for being on my channel.
I think your life would be a lot better off in a different way. Too many people running the country. And that's another thing I have an issue
asked
with.
You if that's a Norse pagan flag.
Yeah, it is. And to be honest, I am pagan.
Pagan.
Because pagan doesn't have a religion.
I'm a pagan Republican.
And they really don't have gods either. They have stories. And they don't have a book. So, yeah.
I forgot about Serena.
Worry about that later.
I'm getting 25, that's it.
How much you are?
Like 30.
Well, I'll worry about that later.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's my vision on politics. You can't have two parties. I mean, well, look what's going on in China right now. You know, same thing there.
Me too, Mr. Mouse. Right, Mick? I ran into Trump when we were in Atlantic City many, many, many years ago, before he was president, of course. But it was a long time. It was in the 80s when I literally ran into him. I backed into him on accident. And by the way, he smells good.
You're from what part? City or out in the country? Omega. Are you in the city or are you out in the country?
You gave me his address. I told you where I live.
Like I remember.
Heck yeah, Sheila. Right, Mr. Mouse?
Yeah, but you live there.
My thing is that as a person, he's a good guy. Politics fucks everybody up.
And that's another thing too. For somebody to run this country,
I agree.
I think you need to be a little younger.
Mm-hmm.
I think they need a cutoff at about 65, maybe.
Listen to this guy.
Maybe 60.
That real guy said, Do you have North
Yes, I do.
roots, or do you decide to adopt the faith?
Nope.
No.
My family are all from Sweden, Denmark, and a couple from Switzerland. Still Germanic, but
That's right, Sheila.
yeah.
Absolutely.
And my last name is Old German. My true last name, which is only 2,500 of us in the whole planet. And it means spear or lance.
That's awesome, Mick. I'd like to have done that. I met him at the Taj Mahal.
And the way I got my YouTube name was by a famous Viking who was named Rolf. And Robertson is the way they used to give last names back
As a
then.
first name.
So I am the son of Robert because I'm a junior. So I am a Robert's son.
And his last name.
As a female would be called Robert's daughter.
Robert Dodderson.
No, that would be son still. Son is the
I know, me too,
adjective
Sheila.
or whatever for the thing. Whatever.
She said she's a Hollander. Sheila said, I'm a Hollander.
A Highlander.
Hollander.
Oh.
Hollander. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful place.
Yeah, it is. It's just too bad back in World War II what happened, that's all.
I find it cool that Leif Erikson was the first European to explore America, he said.
Yeah.
Real.
Well, yes,
He would stay for
agreed. But his dad was pretty good at it too. His dad found a lot of places due to getting kicked out of every other place for killing people.
Yeah, maybe.
Eric the Red wasn't a very nice person.
the day I did that, Mick, I was apologizing because I was taking a picture of someone I was with, and when I stepped on his foot on accident, I kind of fell, and one of his guys helped me up, and he gave me a black card to go into his casino with a $5,000 limit, and we spent it all, and I lost it all, but it was fun. That was awesome. Sounds awesome, Mick.
We would stay for the weekend. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see what he's meaning.
Yeah, he was out there. Wyoming said all of our great grandparents immigrated from Netherlands.
Okay. Sweet.
My family comes from Irisland in Germany, Omega said.
Nice. Yeah, I always wanted to go visit Western Europe and kind of do a little trail of the old Viking
be
battlegrounds and stuff like that, the castles, of course. And if any of you have Netflix,
Awesome, Mick.
I suggest highly
You're okay, Mr. Mouse.
of watching the series The Last Kingdom.
Thanks, Mick.
Very cool. Story's not very true.
Freedom of speech here, Mr. Mouse.
But it's still it's the English part of it's kind of true. The kings, the royalty. But as far as the main character, no, he didn't really do that in real life. Although there was a guy like him, but he didn't hang out with the kings, and well, he was a noble, so I can't say that. Put it this way, he didn't save England. Yeah, if you ever watched The Last Kingdom, it's a damn good show. What's neat is you watch Vikings, the show, which is maybe 20% historically accurate. The Viking side of it. And then you watch The Last Kingdom, which is the English side of it. It gives you a better perspective of how they lived back then. And it's a good story. My buddy went to loaded in, lose a ton of money. Yeah, see, I don't gamble. I've never been one to gamble. She wanted to one day, and I ran into a few bucks, and I was like, all right, come on, let's go. Went up to Indian Res, their big old casino they just built, and set a limit on what we were going to spend each. And about 2 hours later, we were gone. You're welcome here in France. I live between Opinel and is that where they make the knives? In Opinel? Or is that spelled different? I'm thinking they were French, if I remember right. I think that's what you're saying, yeah. That'd be cool. Well, what I was saying about not going now, one thing, everything's too expensive. Back when I wanted to go was like early 90s after the military and everything. And then all the shit that's going on over there now with the Middle Eastern invaders and everything else, I would probably just get in trouble. And I don't really need to be in a foreign prison my last few years of my life. Yes, Germany makes great. Germany used to have the top steel of any country back in the day. I mean, literally, knife collectors sought out German-only steel for a lot of things. We got Midgard Metzger from Germany. They put out a lot of shit. Nope, I moved it from the table. It's not here anymore. But the one tenable I have here is a Midgard Metzger design. And once again, there's some Viking in that. Midgard, meaning here where we live. And you guys see the slingshot guy on YouTube? I forget. I can't even pronounce his name half the damn time. But he's got his hand in a lot of that Midgard Metzger shit and doing magazines for bows and arrows and crossbows, and he's got a good channel. He's way up there now. I won 4K with $20. Been on a video poker and drinks. Yep. Yeah, it can be done. Unfortunately, it never happens to me. I just want one shot. Just one. I've always had enough to live on. I've just never had a chunk of money. I mean, a real chunk of money. Yeah, I've had $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 once in a while. But no, I want a chunk of money, like 250 grand or more. Well, not even two now. Never mind. Let me retract that. 1 million or more. Because 250 grand now is basically 50 grand when I grew up. I heard ERA steel is making MagnaCut. Yeah, I heard somebody said that the formula for MagnaCut wasn't sold. But there was people in work. Now, somebody said China was trying to buy it, and everybody like voiced their opinion loudly about that. So also won 4K scratch off. Nope. Most we've ever won is 500. Ever. And that's farm, but that happens like once every 5 years. And we don't play them that often, maybe once a month, one ticket each. So I do buy the lotto tickets now and then, usually once a month, or if it's up really high. But somebody from California usually wins it. So oh yeah, I do. And I've always said I ever run into any big money or inherit money or whatever, falls out of an airplane, whatever. Yeah, I'm not going to live in a big mansion and have yachts. And nope, I'm getting me a little rusty cabin in the corner away from every goddamn buddy. And that's it. I'm going to sit in my porch and giggle. My old granddad, nice. Couple hunting dogs. Just kick back till the air doesn't flow through my lungs no more. Give my daughters, my sons some money. Help some people out. I don't need it all. Like people win them big lotteries for $1 billion, $1.5 billion. Uncle Sam going to take a third of that anyway. There's, you don't need all that money. Oh, they're making it now? Okay. Yeah, I'll say, a lot of people are pushing MagnaCut too right now. And if there was a problem with getting it, you would think it wouldn't be, and it wouldn't be as cheap. Because I've seen some cheap MagnaCut lately. I think somebody was saying the MagnaCut's going to start dropping down to a mid-range premium budget steel. Because you got the Crewwear and that other one that is getting real available and a little cheaper in price. I'm not saying the steel itself is a mid-range budget or anything. I'm just saying the price-wise. In the price of the mid-range steel. But you know what? Between me and y'all, I have used probably every steel, unless it's something special somebody's made up for themselves. Not every steel, but everything on the market. Other than K-bar, I've never had a problem. I mean, really, to be honest, if you didn't tell me what it was made out of, I thought it'd be all the same. There you go, Sheila. Hell yeah. If I was healthy enough, I would do something like that. But they gave me a couple years, 5 years ago. So I don't want to leave anything hanging. For some reason, the K-bars back in the late 70s and the early 80s didn't have a proper heat treat. And the only problem I had with them, they'd break right at the hilt. Every time. One was by dropping it. and it was in two pieces when I looked down. I'm like, what? I looked at the grain, sure enough, big old blemish in the middle and a crack on the one side, right behind where the cross guard goes. It's like, all right, sent it back to them. They sent me a new one. About 3 years after that, I'm running through the field, got my M60 machine gun on my chest, shit happening all around me, and I hit the ground real hard, M60 hit here, and I had my K-bar Rambo style, snapped it right in half. Right at the same place, right at the cross guard. So that was my last day with K-bar, Marine Corps K-bars. Yeah, I think they were getting some shitty steel back then, or they weren't paying attention to heat treat, one of the two. Okay, where were we at? Okay, Russia. We got on we took 6 of their ships. France through NATO got one. I think there was 2 more. Somebody else got one too. Anyway, the subs are still, the Venezuela thing's still hot. Russia sent 2 more subs 2 weeks ago now, I think. We talked about it a week ago. So yeah, maybe 3 weeks ago now. They're not happy with us at all. We took their oil. Now, let me explain something about this oil for those of you that don't know. Venezuela oil is a heavy oil. It's a heavy crude. We don't use heavy crude in the United States. There's only one refinery that can refine heavy crude. So in a lot of ways, it's not really that economical for us, not even though we are keeping it from what our government's saying, to manufacture it. But their plants in China and Russia are set up for heavy crude. So whenever all the left and everything scream, hey, he's doing it for the oil, it's going to cost us more money to do it. If you're just doing it for the money, for the oil. I don't know. Like I said, politics. I don't do it. If I see politics happen in front of me, I go way around it. I don't want nothing to do with it. There's a Constitution here in the United States. I follow the Constitution. Other than that, kiss my ass. Yes, sir, Mr. Mouse. Yes, sir. And what sucked about it, I had a government job. Not that kind of government job, local government. And as soon as I got sick, they kicked my ass to the curb. They made it real hard to go back to work. Now, when I did finally talk my doctor into signing all the papers so I could go back to work, they did everything in their power to get rid of me. So they didn't want to. It was right after all that bullshit went down where the whole country wasn't working and people were beating on the doors for jobs. And I mean, I literally had people walking up to me and my crew daily during the 2009-10 era. And one guy, he was in a suit and he's like, are you all hiring? And I'm like, no, we got a hiring freeze, man. I apologize. And he's like, man, he goes, I was in furniture sales. You see, where I live, it's all furniture. That's the big thing around here. He says, I was in furniture sales for 30 years, man. He says, I got 2 kids in college. I'm paying for this home. And he says, I'm going to lose everything. And he literally walked away in tears, man. Literally, I watched a grown man cry right in front of me. And it was sad. It was really sad. But, you know, it wasn't much longer after that. I didn't have a job. So, and I tried to get jobs at a few other places. And they didn't want to talk to me because once they called my old employer, they're like, yeah, but he's real sick. And I found out they literally did that. They were blackballing me. But you got to understand the way I left too. I cussed every one of them motherfuckers out. Every one of them that had anything to do with upstairs. Because I did some big time work for them idiots. I was there 6 months and was number 3 boss. Because they found out I could do shit. Next thing you know, I'm building parks, I'm building roads, I'm designing our own shit for the city and everything else. I was invited to City Hall all the time. getting these big old, wall hangers and shit. And then one day I fell down. I had a heart attack. And then from there, it was all downhill. Don't you be advertising on my channel. Women. And then, about 3 years after that, I was looking at my phone one day, and all of a sudden my left eye started doing weird shit. Like it was underwater. And then one day I woke up, I had a lot of pain in my left side, from my toe to my left side of my ear. Just in pain, like I had like fallen off of something and landed on my left side. My whole left side of my body hurt really bad. And then about the third day, my lips started drooling. I went to the hospital and found out I was having a little stroke. So yeah. And then of course I only have one lung. This one got infected with a pneumonia, and I didn't know it was pneumonia. And next thing you know, I couldn't breathe. Next thing you know, I'm going to the hospital, and the whole bottom part of my lung, they about did surgery and cut it out because it was going to my heart. And they said in 3 more days I'd have been dead because the infection would have got to my heart. As you go through life, you know the aches and pains. You know what to do for certain aches and pains. And some people are pig-headed like me. And, oh, it's just that. Don't worry about it. Give me some aspirin. Well, sometimes it's a good thing to get checked. Because it was only a couple of days more and I wouldn't be here talking to y'all right now. Yeah, when they take a picture of my lungs, lungs look like kind of like angel wings. Well, this one comes down fine, and then this one over here has got like a real sharp cut and then a ball at the end, and it looks like somebody melted it. But yeah, but I'm here. And for some reason, well, it'll be going on 2 years this July. I used to weigh 250, 60 pounds. I'd bounce between 240, 260, depending on the year, the time of year. Because in the summer, I'd be around 240. Winter, just like a bear, I'd stock up. All the holidays, I'd eat like a pig, feast, drink, whatever. And so, yeah, my weight for 20, 30 years was pretty much that weight. And then all of a sudden, for no reason, no exercise, no nothing, I go to the doctor, 220. 6 months later, I go to the doctor, 190. He's like, well, what's going on with you? What you doing? Exercise? No. Are you eating? Yeah. 300 tests later, they can't find what's wrong. I feel okay. Tired a lot, but that could be from anything else or me just not sleeping. But I don't know. Now I'm at 189, 187. I don't know. Maybe my body decided to change. But we went through cancer tests, went through all kinds of bone marrow tests, blood tests, x-rays, not sonograms, MRIs, CTs, I can't remember half of them. Oh, and now I have my new problem. I was walking up our little hill here to go to the corner store, which is a straight line distance, maybe a click, 1,000 meters. In the back part of my calf, but inside, not the muscle itself, started hurting. And I'm like, just a line type pain, not a sore. What am I looking for here? Like a cramp. It wasn't like a cramp. It felt like a cramp, a bad one, but only in a strip. What the hell is that? So after pissing around with that, and it started getting a little worse for about a month, I went to the doctor. Well, she went and checked around my leg and here from pretty much my pelvis down. I don't have any pulse. So the blood flow is getting cut off to my right leg, and which is causing the pain because I'm not getting blood and oxygen to it as I'm trying to use the muscle that needs blood and oxygen to work. So that's my newest problem. And they're hoping there's not a blockage. Well, there's a blockage. They're just hoping it don't break loose before they can fix it. But due to the holidays, everybody decided to go golfing and visit family than to fix Bob. So next month. Burning Stables, what's up, you old head? Shouldn't be on here talking, should be banging some steel, man. Banging that steel. What are you up to today? Just bitching. Oh, shit. But I'm good, just bitching. Well, yeah. Let it out, man. Say what's on your mind. Working and lurking. Cool. Sweet. Clayton? Zoe Cat, how you doing? Oh, okay, I got it. Just now saw the BSF. So that be your name, huh? Okay, copy that. Scared of cats? No, I'm not. It's only two things that scare me, and that's the women and the police. Tell me what movie that's from. Or at least tell me who said it. What's up, Ground Frog? Frog. God damn it. Do it every time. It's my lip. It doesn't move with the F's very well for some reason. Yeah, Barbie's peeking in. Being the peeker. Let's see. Got the Russian thing done. They're losing their oil tankers left and right. China's getting ready to have a civil war. We're getting ready to do, well, let me take one more gander here at Iran. See if I can't conjure up any military flights. See if we got our drone back up yet. Not seeing it. Nothing there. A lot of commercial flights. About the same as it looked. Oh, wait a minute. No, about a dozen commercial flights in country, which is theirs. And then everybody's still going around them. Ooh, we no longer have the Y. The whole Afghan-Iranian border is wide open. Who are you? Okay, you're commercial. One of these days, I'm going to pay for the upgrades on this, which ain't much. I don't know why I haven't done it already. So I can tell, just push the button and all military flights pop up instead of all the commercial shit. And then me sitting there trying to weed through it all to find out. Now I pretty much can look at the aircraft itself and tell you which one's military without going into everything. But for the common person, it's not legible. Barbie and Ralph, you both are my person. Thank you, Mr. Mouse. I do appreciate that. I take all the help I can get from anybody's God. Or gods. There's something out there. Not going to get into religion or all, but there's something out there. There's got to be. Or maybe there isn't. I don't remember anything before me. Might not remember anything after. It would suck. Logically. I mean, you grow up and you've always wondering things. I think we're a little too complex of a being to just be like a common animal, or something that doesn't matter. I don't think the universe would have put us here if we didn't matter. I don't know. The only people who know the truth aren't here. What am I missing? Oh, transponders. Yeah, Yeah, transponder. I'm sure they are, except for the drones. A lot of the high altitude drones they leave on, and a lot of times they'll flick their transponders on too, just to scare them, or to divert their thinking, or set up a hey, we're over here. No, we're over here. You know how the old Chinese book goes. Fight the war. How's it go now? Well, first of all, don't ever fight unless you have to. And always fight where they don't think you are, or they think you are. You know what I mean. Hey guys, just wanted to pop in and say hi, but I've got much going on right now, blah, 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 blah. God bless you too, sir. You have a fine day. Thanks for popping in. Bang that steel, make it sing. Yeah, he's got some really sweet work, man. Very unique too. It's not just a plain old, oh, I made a knife. You know, he doesn't just make a knife, he makes it look and feel. I don't know about the feeling part yet, but yeah. What's up, Neil? How's your day going? Time we got. Yeah, cut this down there about there. Some shit to do. I did that out a lot. I'll show you guys something here real quick. For those of you who were in the beginning, remember how the commercial flights, where the hell's my pen? The commercial flights were going this way and this way, like a big Y. Oh, this is open now. Just in a matter of an hour. Huh. I'm going to keep an eye on Iran tonight. If it pops off, I may go live, depending on what time it is and who's on.
We made an igloo.
Did you?
Yeah.
All right, we'll go live in it. Get in the house. You're freezing me. Come on.
Fine. I'm getting something.
Okay. Tell Nana you built an igloo.
Huh?
Tell Nana you built an igloo. Two hours and 15 minutes to go. Oh, you're getting out of there? Cool. Yes, I do. And yes, it is. Been together 26 years this May. It's like living with a female version of myself, if you can imagine that. I've never met anybody as ornery as me till now. Well, 26 years ago, anyway. I'm just looking at times and stuff. Oh yeah. Maybe one day here, I'm gonna grab me another one of these. I think that's what I'm gonna do on this round. I'm gonna grab me another one of these and give it to one of you guys in a giveaway. And then y'all can decide for yourself if I'm bullshitting or not.
I have my phone.
I don't have your phone. I have my phone.
Oh.
Why would I have? How would I have your phone when I'm on my channel? Your phone doesn't have my channel. Because you're a kid. You smell funny.
Where's my phone?
It was under that stuff somewhere. Hold on 1 second, guys. I don't want to knock everything over. It was up here, and then I told you to move it. And did you move it?
Yeah.
Yeah, look out in the living room because it's not here anymore. We got the boys till tomorrow. They're going back home tomorrow, I guess. Between the storm and their house is in rough shape. Not not cosmetically inside. Everything's old, the piping and shit like that. And she needed some time off. So we took the kids for 5 days for her. Igloo. I was built them shits all the time, man. That's when I lived in a place that had winter, though. This is the first snow we've had of anything for 2 years. Well, this is actually being the third winter. What a difference on the map. Yeah, what a big difference. Kind of keeping an eye on that. Let's see, what time is it? They're 12 hours, I think, behind us. Let's see, 6, 7, 8, 10 anyway. So, yeah, it's dark there, and we usually do like to hit right after about midnight. So, yeah, something could be going on. But I will put a post up or pop on live real quick if it does go down. I got some pretty good guys on Intel. I got some guys over there that report back, so we'll see what's up. After I get off here, I'm going to do some checking some intel, see what up. I'd like to make it. I'd live in an igloo. One thing about an igloo is why Eskimos live in them. It only gets 32 degrees. It can't get any colder. I mean, I guess if you wanted to make it colder by opening up like windows and shit and letting the minus 20 degrees blow in. But I mean, if you're encaged and got your fur at the door and keeping all the cold air out, yeah, 32 degrees. I could live in 32 degrees. I've camped out and worse. It kind of suck being cold all the time, but I don't know. If you had lots of fur and your wife, and your internet, anything's possible. Little kids always smell funny. What's that Cartman said to Kenny? Why do little kids always smell like spoiled milk? Thanks, Leon, for coming in, man. Nice meeting you. I do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 3:00. Basically, it's just a bullshit session. We talk a little bit of a little bit of geopolitics, and then whatever else, as you've seen. Sunday, 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern, we actually do a knife channel, me and my wife, and we do a lot of giveaways. We just had our 1-year knife tube giveaway. Gave away about $100 worth of shit. Knife was $100. And if you live in a different country, we do not send knives to different countries. But if you know somebody that lives here, family member, a good friend, we will ship it to them and they can ship it to you. Yeah, it's about 1:30. I've been on here for about 1:30. So I'm going to call quits in about a minute and a half. So if anybody needs to jump off, you are fully welcome to do so. Chrisville, how you doing? Always sliding in. They didn't notify me, damn it. Oh, you're driving home. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm getting ready to get off here. Yeah, I know 3:00 on the East Coast is kind of hard for people because they're at work. Well, even on the West Coast, it's lunchtime at the West Coast. So I know it's kind of hard for anybody to come in, and a lot of people aren't into this kind of chatter. So I understand. It's cool. But I do it for a few reasons. One, to notify people who are interested. Hopefully I can save somebody one day from any peril. We do weather. If there are impending storms coming, we talk about them and get the word out. Okay. All righty. Yeah, I totally agree with that, Groundhog. Totally agree with it. Yeah, you're just getting off work. Yeah, I figured that. But I know it's not as fun if you watch it after the live's over with, but you can always just pop through it real quick, check out the highlights. And we do giveaways on this channel, be only once a month, but I think my next giveaway will definitely be a night vision. This thing, I'm really impressed. I've used night vision that cost $20,000, and now I can officially say I've used night vision that cost $20, and it works. Not as good as the $20,000 ones because it's a totally different system. But yeah, for home use and property use or videoing. How many of you guys got night vision cameras? How much does a night vision camera cost you? I bet it's more than $20 because this thing has a tripod hole. Yeah. All right, guys. Carry on. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you Wednesday. Peace.